I'm Rick Nelson, and on behalf of AASHTO's Committee on Maintenance, their Maintenance Operations Technical Working Group, and the Winter Weather Management Technical Service Program, formerly known as SICOP, SICOP Talks Winter Ops is proud to host this fourth National Winter Maintenance and Road Weather Briefing. These briefings provide the organizations working in the severe weather and maintenance operations space an opportunity to showcase their efforts to help you achieve your winter maintenance and operations mission. This briefing features Anna Arvidsson, Chair of the Transportation Research Board's Committee on Winter Maintenance. Hi, Anna. It's good to see you again.
Hi. Yeah, you too.
Before we get started, Anna, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be Chair of the Winter Maintenance Committee.
I've been a member for the Winter Maintenance Committee for a few years and also for the Road Weather Committee. And when Tina Greenfield was leaving last year, she asked if I would take over as chair for the Winter Maintenance Committee. And that's how the reason why I became the chair.
Now you work with VTI, right? What is that?
Yes. That's a research institute in Sweden. It's a Swedish, it's so long, the name. Swedish Road and Transport Research Institute.
Okay. And so
it's easier to say VTI.
VTI, yeah. And you've been doing research into winter maintenance for several years.
Over 20 years, I think.
So Anna, with that, how about we start your presentation and you can fill us in on what's happening with TRB winter maintenance.
So the Winter Maintenance Committee, the update for the summer for what's happening the last year, I think. I think I've managed to gather everything here. We have had an exciting year, the last year, with many activities, and I will go through them in a minute. And so we have committee members, 31 members from mostly US, but we are actually 8 that's international members. I checked just before this meeting, and we have 118 friends of the committee. And the committee communication coordinator is Christopher Albrecht. And we have Wilf Nixon as the committee research coordinator. That's the only one with the titles. That is our members and the good members, and that helps out with questions when I have them. The highlights from the last year has been a well-attended in-person meeting that we were happy to have in January this year. We had 18 papers that resulted in 8 presentations and 4 posters at the annual meeting. And we had also 1 presentation at the meeting itself. We had a triennial strategic plan. We delivered it in March and got it approved in December. So now we know what to do the coming years. I think we have 2 more years before it's going to be revised. Together with the Road Weather Committee, as the Winter Maintenance Committee planned and performed a tri-event series for this year, starting last year and continue until now. And I'm going to tell you a bit more details about that as well. We have 2 upcoming meetings. In the end of August, we will have a virtual mid-year meeting. And then in January next year, we have the annual meeting when we all get together, hopefully, in Washington, D.C. Our strategic plan is, we have some interested issues we're gonna try to have on the agenda. It's about speeding the pace for research implementation. We know, everyone knows that there's a lot of research going on, but not that much come out to the road and is actually implemented. We have the impact of winter operations on the environment and also on the human health. How to make automation, connection, and advanced navigation available. Improving resilience for extreme events. Hiring, retention, and training of winter professionals are also a hot topic for us. Electrification and alternative fuels and transformative technologies is also one of the points we have in mind. A few specific goals in the plan is the try event that we actually can make a check for. It's finished. And we're going to continue with planning more activities with resilience and climate committees and HR committees and others we can find that's outside the traditional circles of winter. We're going to create a task force for support research implementation. One big question is how to build our website so it's actually updates and working with new and good information to get about the committee. We have want to have presentations from agencies that have protocols for preemptive closures and other emergency situations, and also continue improving the committee diversity and breadth of experience. So a little bit about the try events we had with the road weather committee. We started in November with a webinar that was titled Managing Severe Storms and Environmental Impacts. We have 300 participants, so that was a good outcome. And we had 3 interested speakers. We had Chad Hahn from the National Weather Service, and he talked about the predicting road weather emergencies with advancements in storm forecasting and risk communication. We have my colleague from Swedish National Road and Transport Research Institute, or the VTI, Göran Blomqvist. He talked about environmental implications of salt and road surfaces. And lastly, we had Mark Goldstein from Massachusetts DOT that talked about leveraging technology for better material management and cost savings. And after that, in January, we held a workshop at the annual meeting with the title of Resilient and Sustainable Approaches for Road Weather and Winter Maintenance. And since winter maintenance and road weather isn't that large in popularity, we had 50 participants, which was quite good, actually. Compared to the webinar, it sounds quite little, but it was a very open and engaging discussion on the 4 topics we held. It was resilience, friction or grip data, and crowdsourcing and environmental issues. And some highlights from this was that the resilience topic had that the agencies must prepare for different types of winter events due to changing climate. There are more freezing rain, there are more freeze and thaw events, and so on, that affect more in the winter time. We have problems with staffing. So the challenge is to make it harder to achieve the level of service. Open and frequent communication is a crucial thing. We need to have a better flood management and highlights for this, for better decision support tools. There's a few things of the key comments from resilience. About the topic friction or grip data, We had rapid changing in area with many ways to measure friction. There are so much new technology and connected cars that can actually deliver quite good values for detecting how the friction or the grip is on the roads. We had an open and frequent communication. We were in understanding that this is a crucial part within. I'm sorry, I lost it. There's still some uncertainty on how to best utilize the data on friction and how to make it actually work. Some states are using friction data as improvement metrics. Idaho's example of that for reducing salt. And it's actually working good. They have incentives for actually decreasing the salt usage. We have on the crowdsourcing, the highlights were that crowdsourcing data can be manual reports from people or electronic reports from vehicles or sensors. We have a long-term commitment on crowdsource systems, but they're made to make it work. So it's not that easy to just bring in the crowdsourced data and use it directly.
Right.
Messaging is the key. We need to, if you can have data, we need to get it out to the drivers and people out there, so they also know it and not just in some office somewhere.
Right.
Environmental issues are quite large area to talk about, but for us it's safety risks must be balanced with the environmental risks. The use for brine and pre-wet salt produce the overall chloride while providing the same risk mitigation benefits. And environmental issues go beyond just salt. We also need to look at the footprints for total carbon outlets, and so we can understand the maintenance operations and reduce where it's possible for the emissions. And the third thing in this was the International Conference on Road Weather and Winter Maintenance. It was held in Washington in May this year in the Keck building. We had 75 people signing up for and attending. Me and Paul Pisano from the Road Weather Committee was the chairs. We have a little bit of unconventional conference, if you can say that. We made all the presenters record a 10-minute presentation so everyone could look at it before the conference. And when the speakers came to the conference, they had 4 minutes to present the highlights of the presentations in the live for the whole audience. And then we had breakout sessions after that for a lot of discussions. We had 4 topics: advancements in winter maintenance, equipment and materials, performance improvements in winter maintenance and road weather management. We had resilience and weather, the responsive transportation management, and advancements in winter maintenance, information management and decision support. And there were really good discussions, at least in the rooms I attended.
You know, Anna, I think this format that you all had for this conference was really unique. Because it wasn't just sort of death by PowerPoint where you just sit and listen to presentation after presentation. I think the knowledge transfer that occurred there was so much greater because of the opportunities to interact with your peers and on those breakout sessions and facilitated discussions. I think it was a lot more information was exchanged and a lot more information came out of it because of that unique format that you all have.
Yeah, we got the statistics yesterday, actually. I haven't really had the time to look at it, but most people that responded was very satisfied with the conference. And on a scale from 1 to 5, most people put 5, and the rest put 4s, and just a few come down to 3. So it was a really good outcome, actually. So people were pleased with it. And the conference was closed with reports from the breakout sessions and discussions. And yeah, as you said, we didn't have just sit and listen the whole time, and it was people were talkative the whole time, and there were a lot of discussions, not only on the coffee breaks.
Right.
I think that's all I had in my presentation, actually. So for those that I haven't met before, I hope to see you in January if you attend the conference.
Yeah, and Anna, talk a little bit about Friends of the Committee. You don't necessarily have to be a committee member to be engaged in the committee and participate. Is that right?
No, that's right. We have many friends that just follow the work, but we have also many that engaging and helping out with for all those 3 events. We have had friends that helped out in planning as well. So they are active.
And so if you want to become a friend of the committee, I'm going to leave a link that you can follow to go. It doesn't cost you anything. It puts you in the know, if you will, as to what's happening with TRB winter maintenance. So Anna, what I will do is put your contact information in the show notes and in the description of this video down below, so folks can get in touch with you if they want. If there's anybody else that from the committee that you'd like us to include on the contact list, we will certainly do that. So Anna, thanks so much for your update on the TRB Winter Maintenance Committee. And like I said, we'll put your contact links down below. And until next time, thanks for tuning in and stay safe out there.